So the next topic that at least 3 students find that not to be sufficiently covered in the lab is subsetting vectors. So let me maybe explain this a little bit in more detail. So let me create some vector in R. So let's say x is going to be a vector, I don't know, for simplicity, let's say from 1 to 10, right? So print x. Right, so this is my vector, and its entries are just numbers from 1 to 10. Now, what we can do, so there are 2 ways to subset a vector. So one is using a numeric vector, and another one is using a logical vector. So how do I use a numeric vector to subset a vector? Right. Let's say, what if I want to take, I don't know, for a given vector, maybe let me do it differently. So let's say it's going to be from 101 to 110. So what if I want to pick elements number 3, 4, and 7? 3, 4, and 7. So then I need to create a vector whose entries are 3, 4, and 7. And then I'm going to use x and square brackets 3, 4, and 7. And this is going to give me a vector whose entries are those that you find in x that are found at positions 3, 4, and 7. Okay, so that's how we do it. So an alternative way to do it is to use a logical vector. So a vector whose entries are true and false. So basically, I can create a vector whose entries are, let's say, false, false, false. Okay, let's say false, false, true, then true, then false, false, then true, then false, false, false. Okay, so this is a vector, logical vector with 10 entries. And then if I use this to subset my original vector, so basically I can do 2, so then it's going to extract entries of my original vector corresponding to entries of this logical vector where I have true. And I have true at positions 3, 4, and 7, so I guess I will get the same thing. A little bit of, well, a funny thing is going to happen if one of your entries are actually NA. So in that case, it's going to return NA2, right? So if I do this, I'm going to have NA in my result. So which is not, so NA means that it's not even a value, it's just nothing. All right, now suppose that you want to, I don't know, if you have a numeric vector and you want to extract, let's say, all entries that are bigger than some number. How are you going to do that? So let's say I have the same vector x. Its entries are integers between 101 and 110. And let's say I want to extract numbers that are bigger than 105. So what I can do, I can first write x bigger than 105, and this is going to give me a logical vector, right? So it's going to be false for positions corresponding to values of the original vector they do not satisfy this condition, and true corresponding to positions in the original vector that satisfy the given inequality, right? So, and this is a logical vector, so which means that I can use it to subset the original vector. So when I write x and this in parentheses, then basically it's going to give me entries of the original vector corresponding to true values in this logical vector, so which actually means positions 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And that's this is what I will get. So hypothetically, if you want something more interesting, let's say I'm going to create a random normal variable with 10 entries, right? So then, of course, I can again use a numeric vector to extract values of this. I can use a logical vector to extract entries of that vector, and then let's say if I want to extract, I don't know, positive numbers out of this, so I can write, when I write x is bigger than 0, what I get is it is a condition, so I'm going to get a logical vector with false values at corresponding to positions where this condition is not satisfied. And if you look at the original vector, indeed, so the first entry is negative, so here I have the first entry of the vector x is bigger than 0 is false, and so on. So now if I just want to extract positive numbers out of this, so if I want to take this, and so on, so what I do, I write x square brackets x is bigger than 0, and then I only get positive numbers, positive entries of the original vector. But basically, there are just two ways to extract, to subset a vector. So one is using a numeric vector of indices, and the second is by using a logical vector.